All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to this special Talking and Grubbing live stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope all y'all doing good. I'm doing good. Want to know how everybody's day went? Whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, Periscope, I appreciate all you joining me here tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, you can click that subscribe box, click that notification bell, and click all so you don't miss any new videos or upcoming live streams from me. Especially I'm going to start the memberships in May. Still getting all the content together for that. So once you start becoming members, you'll have some things to, to watch and enjoy. Like I said, this is a very special Talking and Grubbing live stream. Also, if you want to join me live tonight, you can. I have to leave the link here. All right, there's the link. Right there. Also, let me share on my social media that I'm live right now. What's up, LT? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Hey, Miss Shalana, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. All right. Everybody who's watching on whatever platform, whether it's YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitch, I thank all y'all for joining me for this special live stream. And we're about to get into it. Now, today, the verdict in the Derek Chauvin case, as all y'all know, he's the former Minnesota cop who murdered George Floyd close to this time last year. As the video went viral all around the world, it sparked a lot of outrage, a lot of global protests, as well as a lot of uprisings across the country, such as, my city, Cleveland, they did uprisings. Also, Atlanta, Louisville, California, New York, there were uprisings all over this George Floyd murder. And also, it definitely sparked a lot of outrage in the sports world, especially as the NBA was starting to come back. Well, today, after almost a month after the trial taking place for about a month, the jury deliberated and they found Derek Chauvin guilty on all 3 counts. What's up, Intelligent Psycho? How you doing? Max said, happy to be here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much. So now, it's going to be a few weeks before they sentence him, but he could get to life in prison or he could get a lighter sentence. It all depends how the judge wants to do it. But Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis cop, was found guilty on all 3 counts, including second-degree murder of George Floyd. Maya said, "Power to the people." Definitely. How you doing, Jack? And the prosecution, they did a very good job. They presented a very good case. The defense, let's be real, they were trying to defend the case that was indefensible, because that didn't have to be the outcome, in resulting in George Floyd's death. He was already handcuffed, and plus you had 3 or 4 other officers on the scene that could have helped you detain him. It doesn't take, if 4 or 5 cops can't detain one person, something's wrong. You definitely don't need to be in law enforcement if 4 or 5 of you can't detain one person. And also, what made things worse, that Chauvin was still kneeling on the man's neck, smiling, being all smug and arrogant. Shay, you said QC, what a happy day. Intelligence Cycle, you said power to the people. The revolution will not be televised. Most definitely. So he knew what he was doing when he committed that act. Now, I know some people argued and wish it would have been first-degree murder, but unfortunately, the way the justice system is set up, it would have been harder to get that type of conviction. So second-degree and manslaughter were the, biggest odds that the prosecution, the odds would be in the prosecution's favor, excuse me. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I can see your point on that. I definitely can see how you feel on that. Said justice has not been gained. More needs to happen. Definitely. A lot of things need to happen. So I get what you say. You basically saying it's a start, but more needs to be done. I agree. More definitely needs to be done. Definitely. But I'm not going to front. I had the feeling he was going to be found guilty, but it was going to be on a lesser charge, because we saw it with Amber Geiger, who broke into Botham Jean's house and shot him. Also, Jason Van Dyke, the cop who killed Laquan McDonald, he got a lighter sentence. So I definitely thought Chauvin was going to get convicted on a lesser charge, at least maybe 1 or not 2 of the charges. Okay, somebody trying to connect with me. LT, you there? LT, can you hear me?
Yo.
All right, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? I'm good, bro. You?
I'm doing good. So what's your thoughts on this Derek Chauvin verdict?
I mean, hey. I mean, like, I know it's a lot of people getting excited, but it's too much going on with these mass shootings. It was another mass shooting in Rhode Island, New York. You heard about it?
I didn't know. When did this happen?
Today.
Oh wow, where was it?
Rhode Island, New York.
I know it's Rhode Island. Like, was it a school or
Grocery store.
Wow, what is up with these people going off in grocery stores now?
I don't know. They said for the past few months it's been like ever since Trump left office, they said it's been like over 300 something mass shootings.
Wow.
Yeah, these
First, you
white
had
folks going
to.
these white
All
folks
right,
going crazy out here.
man. First, the grocery store shooting in Colorado not too long ago. Now this.
Yeah,
Also, recently just had old boy that shot up FedEx in Indianapolis.
yep. Did you know a young black brother got arrested for riding a bike?
I'm trying to think. I forgot where did that happen.
New Jersey.
It's just ridiculous. Also, you
Like
know,
like they told him he need a bicycle license. Since when you need a bicycle license? I'm out here riding my bike right now. I don't even have no bicycle license.
I haven't heard that in any state. I'm here in Ohio. I never heard of a bicycle license.
Right.
That's a new one
Hey,
to me.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm on my head. I'm about to go in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to use my brand new headphones I bought.
All right.
Yeah. So give me about 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Kenny coming in tonight because he said he was gonna do a lot with you.
Matter of fact, let me see. Matter of fact, let me see if Kenny's available.
Yeah.
Because I thought he would do a live on this. I'm about to send the link to him now. What's up, John? How you doing? You said you thought he'd be found not guilty. All right, let's see if Kenny gonna jump on in. Alex, you said you thought that too. You thought he was gonna be found not guilty. I can understand that also, because unfortunately, a lot of times in the past, when a lot of these cops have done these killings, they were either found not guilty or they weren't charged at all. Or let's be real, some of these DAs and prosecutors have used the grand juries as cover, like Daniel Cameron in Kentucky. He used the grand jury as cover because he didn't want to prosecute the cops for the killing of Breonna Taylor. But a lot of those grand jurors came out and said, "Oh, you lied to us." They came out publicly saying that's the first time I had ever seen that happen. Excuse me. Where grand jurors come out publicly and said, "No, this wasn't presented to us. He lied to us." But I mean, yeah, I do agree. A lot of things do need to be done. Is this a start? Yeah, it could be. But let's see how, where it goes from here. Because also, we all know, also in Minnesota, the female cop, I forget her name right now. She recently got charged for the killing of Dante Wright, the 20-year-old, where she mistook her gun for a taser, which I don't know how, because you're a 26-year veteran. How the hell do you mistake a gun for a taser? I'm not no weapons expert by any means, but I even know a gun and a taser, they look different, they hold different, they have different weight. Kim Potter, thank you, Blue Bolt, thank you. That's her name. But But now, I'm just waiting to see how is he going to be sentenced, or what sentence he's going to get. Will he get hit with the hard sentences, or will he get hit with the lighter sentences? Now, a lot of us are hoping he gets hit with a harder sentence, but you just never know, especially with these judges. But also, what really also messed up Chauvin is he didn't try to render any aid to him, and also he basically, excuse me for the call, he knew what he was doing when he kneeled on George Floyd's neck. That wasn't necessary at all. Blue Boat, you said they're gonna put him under the jail. I hope so. But like I said, you never know with these judges. I hope he gets put under the jail. But yeah, Chauvin's defense lawyer, he was trying to defend a case that was basically indefensible. Even some of the I think even some of the best criminal defense lawyers couldn't defend that case. You can't. How can you defend and justify putting your knee on a man's neck that's already in cuffs? Okay, basically, once Floyd was on the ground and in cuffs, he's no longer a threat. And if he would have felt that Floyd was that big of a threat to him, you had other cops on the scene. They could have helped you escort him to the car. And also what the situation was about at hand. This was over a fake $20 bill. It wasn't like, Floyd had this counterfeit ring going on. I mean, how did he know that the bill was fake? All of us have gotten fake money at one point or another. You know how fast money exchanges every day? Also, another factor was, in my opinion, was the medical experts. Because Chauvin's defense tried to argue that maybe George Floyd had a heart attack. Yes, he had issues with his heart, or yeah, he may had issues with drug use, but come on, everyone knows that wasn't the contributing factors to his death. Michelin, you said that dirty cop thought he was going to be found not guilty. Oh, most definitely. Oh, he definitely thought he was walking out of there a free man. Chauvin definitely thought he was walking free. Because so many cops have walked away free of these type of killings, especially against, unarmed black men in the past. So he definitely thought he was going to be next in that long line. But the jury said nope. Like, you definitely can't get out of this one. And like I said, pretty much, this, in a lot of ways, this was an open and shut case. But like I said, you never know how the jurors were going to vote. The evidence is there plain as day. Not just with the video, but also the testimonies of the medical examiner. And another thing that really did Chauvin in too was his former supervisors and the chief. They all testified against him and said no, he did not handle that situation right, and that's not legal procedure. Even though some unknown, well, behind closed doors, they tell them whatever it takes. Okay, we got LT back. LT, unmute your mic. Unmute your mic, LT. Unmute your mic. But also, a lot of the sports world is reacting to the verdict. Let me share my screen right quick to get their to show you their reactions. Okay, making sure I got my screen. Okay, this is CBS.sports.com. As many athletes tweeted, LeBron tweeted out accountability. Pat Mahomes with the prayer hands. Carl Anthony Towns, he tweeted, excuse me, justice and accountability, things I never thought I would see. There's much more work to do, but this is an amazing start working toward the reform of this the reform this country needs, excuse me. LT, you there? Hello? Okay, also Bubba Wallace, the race car driver, he said justice served on all counts. Good, still a ton of work to do. Continue to rest peacefully. Hashtag George Floyd. Emmanuel Achu, the co-host of Speak for Yourself, he tweeted, "You don't applaud a fish for swimming and you don't applaud the justice system for providing justice. But thankfully today we can breathe a sigh of relief. Hashtag George Floyd." The NBA, they released a statement, so did the NFL and the NHL as well. Also, there were other athletes that tweeted out. Let me find it. Well, I'll get back to those in a minute. LT, are you there? LT, can you hear me? Okay, mute LT's mic for a minute while he. LT, can you hear me? Okay, LT, you got a million and one things going on your end right now. Sound like you conducting business on the phone. So we'll get back to you. Just unmute your mic once you're done conducting your business. But last year, when the video first surfaced of George Floyd being murdered by Chauvin, that definitely sent a lot of reaction throughout the world, especially in the sports world, as you know, the NBA was getting close to resuming after being on hiatus due to COVID. LT, 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 you there?
hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah, I think my stuff
Now
is
I
kind
can
of
hear
breaking
you.
up.
Can you hear me
Yeah, I'm
now?
using my own. Yeah, you good. I'm using my headphones.
Okay. Now, still, we're still talking. Of course, we still talking about the Chauvin verdict. What kind of sentence do you think he'll get, in your opinion?
You talking to me? You breaking up?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of sentence do you think he'll get?
How many years?
Yeah.
No, probably just like Amber Guyger.
So you think he'll just get at least 10 at the most for all 3 counts?
Yeah, but yeah, some people say 30 years, but it's just like you said. These we got these corrupt judges.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
But man, this excuse me. I mean, it might be a step. It's a step in. I mean, it's a step in a different direction, but there's a lot more that needs to be done. A lot more.
Yeah. And where are the other 3 officers?
Oh, they're going on trial later this summer. I think their
Okay.
trial is gonna start to about what, August? But
Yeah, man. It's about to be nearly a year since George Floyd did.
yeah, next month it'll be a year since he was killed. Yeah, it happened. It happened what, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. It was the final week of May.
It was.
The, like, everybody seen that.
I mean, I still haven't, even though it's been almost a year, I still haven't seen the video. I can bring myself to see it. Because I've seen, so many of them: Eric Gardner, Tamir Rice, Philando Castile, John Crawford. But still, just that image, man.
Sandra
That
Bland.
Im- that image is well, that video, unfortunately, and that image, those things are going to be basically etched forever in American history. Similar to how the picture of Emmett Till's open casket is still shown around the world.
Yeah.
LT, can you hear me?
Yeah, you kind of breaking up.
Oh, I sent Kenny the link. I don't know if he's coming in tonight.
Kenny.
I sent him the link, but I don't know if he's gonna come.
Oh,
Yep, he might show up. Yep, I don't know if he's gonna show up. But you know what? If you really want to take a step in the right direction, To me, the police shouldn't be so militarized. That's one of the biggest problems. I mean, come on, they getting stuff sent to them from what, the Pentagon? I'll never forget one time when I was younger, I saw a tank roll. This was on the east side of Cleveland. This is the hood. I'll never forget. I was on my way somewhere. You know, the ride was going down the street. The tank was coming right up the street for some type of standoff. I'm like, man, I had never seen a tank roll through the streets of Cleveland before. In all my years of living, I had never seen
a military.
What'd you say, LT? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say? No, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Now, excuse me. Now, also, of course, some people are definitely gonna be mad about how certain, some of the athletes, especially, ones like LeBron, who's been outspoken over the last few years about social issues, especially issues pertaining police brutality. But I mean, of course, you had your Laura Ingraham a few years ago make up now that infamous catchphrase. She opened our hearts. Shut up and dribble. And opened her ears in our times of need. Sorry about that, y'all. Us up at our lows and my apologies, y'all. That's an ad playing in the background. My apologies. But I mean, all I say is that everybody, Boo, you said for sure. Thanks for joining me, by the way. But okay, I don't care. Look, I don't care who you are or what you do. You definitely have a right to express your opinion on, stories that go on the news. It's just the main problem with people, with your Laura Ingrams, your Jason Whitlocks, your Sean Hannity. They don't like athletes that either aren't apolitical or they don't express the views that they have. Of course, Jason Whitlock was very critical of Colin Kaepernick as well as the NBA players kneeling, just like, Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, and the Fox News crew. But if they leaned the same way they believe, if they were all Trump supporters, let's keep it real, they wouldn't say anything. Okay, Boo, you said I'm happy we got a small win. Okay, that's understandable. You said right. Because if it's all about, celebrities and athletes sticking to politics, how come y'all? I never see them go after those celebrities and athletes that lean to the right. And also, of course, Jason Whitlock, as I like to call him, Grimace Lock, he definitely tweeted his thoughts on the verdict, which I'll get to in a few minutes, even though I don't want to, because he definitely need to sit his behind down. Hey, Anna Ball, how you doing? Thanks for joining me here. All the way from
Talking to me, you got
Nicaragua.
bad connection.
What'd you say, LT?
I was saying you think you should have got the death penalty.
Who? Chauvin?
Yeah.
Nah, that's to me. That's giving him an easy way out. Him spending the rest of his life, hopefully, in prison. That's more torture. Because I mean, getting the death penalty, you know, he just he knows. Well, he knows he has a certain appointment to meet with his maker. In my opinion, getting life in prison is more torture than getting the death penalty.
Yeah.
And also, if they put him in a regular prison, they definitely gonna have to put him in. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to put him in solitary because let's be real, half of the prisons probably filled with people he sent away.
Yep.
Boo, you said nah, he should sit and think. We have a checkout. We having a checkout F up too. Yeah, but I don't think he definitely is not going to get the death penalty. I would like for him to get those 40 years, but who knows? But if the judge decides to sentence him to all, to all those years, then like I said, that's more torture than him getting a death penalty. You said having a checkout date kind of scary too. Yeah, it is. Yes, it can be.
Did you know before during the 1960s, ice cream sandwiches was 1 cent?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh man. Luckily, I wasn't living back in those days. I'd have cleaned up on ice cream sandwiches.
And they were nothing but 1 cent. I probably
I
would
would
have
have
bought
cleaned.
five.
I would have been buying a whole lot of ice cream sandwiches back then. A
Yeah.
whole lot.
And then you got also you got next month is about to be a, a century, 100 years since Black Wall Street.
Right. Yep. This year is the 100th anniversary of Black Wall Street.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Very unbelievable. And it's crazy that we're still fighting all this, terrorism and war after all that time. It's a certain group of people out here that's just so racist they don't want to see anybody but them with something.
Yeah.
Kai, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. We
You
just
got a kid.
huh?
I said you got a kid.
Yeah. Just get into this Derek Chauvin verdict. Also, the sports world giving their reactions. Matter of fact, let me get to a few more. Say good yourself. I'm doing good, Kai. Thanks for joining me. Okay, this is from Channel 3, the local affiliate, the NBC affiliate here in Cleveland. Okay, Kevin Love tweeted his thoughts, said justice as well as accountability is now trending. Mac Wilson giving the Black Power fist. Magic Johnson tweeted, thank God, guilty, justice has been served. Russell Wilson said, love wins. Of course, NBA, the MLB, all the leagues definitely, shared, put out a statement on their thoughts about the verdict.
Also, if they would have let him go, it would have been riots.
Oh, of course. I definitely talked about that with a lot of people I knew. If he would have been found not guilty, it would have been 92 all over again. But this time it wouldn't have just been limited to Minnesota. I think you would have had riots all over the country.
Yep.
Just like last year. There were a lot of riots last year throughout this country.
Yep. Portland, New York, everywhere.
Everywhere, yes.
You know the thing about it, like I can understand the riot, like last year, bro. Like everywhere in New York, like in Brooklyn, the Bronx, everything was destroyed. Like it was like in New York, it was like a tornado ran through there.
Yeah. Same with California. I
Yeah,
mean, they went through LA, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills.
yep. They was like last year, bro. Like in New York, they was even in the Barclays Center.
Right. What's up, Rob? Thanks for joining me. Said yes, it would have. What's up, OG man? Come on and join us.
What's going on, OG?
Why don't you come on and join us? Let me send you the link.
Yep.
Hey, OG, I'm about to send you the link right now. Okay, there's the link.
Like
Come on and join us, OG.
like last year in New York, like in they was going crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, they did right. They rioted here in my city too.
Yeah,
But mainly they just did it in the downtown area.
yeah.
They
I
tore up.
think I don't know if I seen anything destructive at Times Square.
Oh no, they weren't gonna mess with Times Square.
In Manhattan. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Times Square,
I mean,
Manhattan.
I mean
They
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 did
were
they did they did protest at the near the Barclays Center.
yeah. Yeah, but they definitely were gonna mess up those areas. But Chicago, oh man, they tore up Magnificent Mile.
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember when last year that Trump said he was going to send the National Guard to Chicago.
Right.
But the main states that was getting a lot of riots was Oregon, Chicago, New York, and Minnesota.
Oh, of course, Minnesota. Because that's where it definitely happened. They tore up Minneapolis and St. Paul.
They they destroyed that Target.
Right.
I'm in Houston. It wasn't that many. Where I was, it wasn't that many riots.
Okay.
Yeah, but downtown, it was a lot. It was a protest.
All right. But yeah. I was
I
off
didn't
my tree.
see I didn't see that much going on in Florida.
Yeah, me either. But they definitely did a lot in Atlanta.
Yeah, they broke in the CNN building.
Sure did. I'm like,
Eh,
that's pretty bold. You gonna break into a news building.
oh yeah, we can't forget DC.
Oh yeah.
They wanted to get Trump.
Yeah, but they'll shoot. Back to my home state here in Ohio, in Columbus. Shoot, they messed up the state capitol in Columbus. They literally messed up the state capitol, breaking windows, defacing it.
Yeah,
They didn't try to storm it though.
right. See, like in California and New York, the youth, they broke into a lot of Foot Locker shops.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't blame them though.
Uh-uh.
Like they so like they, I seen videos like they had sorry about that. Yeah, when I seen videos like they were getting Jordans and they even broke into medicine stores.
Now that I didn't hear about.
Yeah,
I heard about the shoe stores, but I didn't hear about medicine stores.
yeah, they did in Brook. It was some grocery. It was some medicine store and they mostly did it in Brooklyn.
Okay, but
Yeah,
you
hold on,
know
talk
what?
media.
But you know what? I definitely got a feeling that a lot of these neo Nazis, white supremacists, Proud Boys, they're definitely gonna be doggone Ed. Sorry about that, y'all. As I was saying, the neo Nazis, white supremacists, Proud Boys, you name them, they're definitely gonna be out there. You know, a lot of them are upset right now.
Oh yeah,
So you never know. Some of them may be out in full force somewhere tonight. Definitely be out in full force. Definitely might be out in full force tonight. But also, excuse me, but also, in my opinion, with this verdict, I think some cops may be more vindictive because of, you know, one of their own being convicted, and they feel like that, you know, that everyone get, the jury got it wrong, the prosecution, you know, was being malicious and just attacking cops. But no, that's not it. That wasn't it with this case. They were attacking a dirty cop. Well, dirty cops, excuse me. The other four haven't been, haven't gone to trial yet. They're not going to go to trial till July or August. But you know, I mean, look, people think that a lot of us are anti-police. We're more anti-bad police. We want good cops. We don't want these dirty cops that's been flooding the police department for the past what 50, 60, 70 plus years. What's up, OG? OG, unmute your mic, man. Come on.
Hey, what's happening, gentlemen? Good evening.
What's up, OG? How you doing?
I'm surviving, man. Thank you for asking.
I think we all are. So, what's your thoughts on this Chauvin verdict?
I mean, they found him guilty. Is that correct, or was I hallucinating that?
No, they found him guilty.
I mean, at some point, someone has to pay the piper. You know, what I think is this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, this stuff has been going on for a long time and around the world, but especially in this country. And
Definitely.
it's a step in the right direction, but uh, to see how the one side is still fighting so vehemently is disheartening because there's a certain segment of society, thank God they're not the majority anymore, that think that he should have been acquitted and got off.
Oh, of course. You definitely gonna have that side.
They look at us, people of color, if you're not 100% white, as lesser than.
Right.
And in some cases it comes down to class too. If it's not about race, then it'll come down to class.
That too.
So we're in a predicament. It's a step in the right direction, um, but long overdue.
Definitely. And I was saying this before you came on. I was saying that a lot, definitely a lot of people are going to be more vindictive, especially I think certain cops are going to be vindictive, you know, well, not just certain cops, but the people that have that mindset, like you mentioned, they're going to feel, oh, the prosecution went after police, they went after Chauvin because he was a cop. He was just trying to do his job.
Oh yeah,
That the war on police crowd. That's what I call them.
you know, you're exactly right. I live in a beach community, nice little apartment condo setting and whatnot. And I was sitting outside on the balcony, um, listening to what's going on. Didn't have my earbuds in. I guess my neighbors could hear it, and the verdict, and I heard how highly upset they were of the verdict. Their window was open. I'm sitting outside, and they're just talking all sorts of shit. But you know what? I'd rather know who my enemy is than not know who my enemy is.
That's true. I would have paid money to hear those reactions.
Well, you know what? After the first few, I mean, I started laughing. Their window was open, so you know.
Oh yeah, and definitely, no matter how the verdict would have swung, this was gonna be polarizing, just like it was with the Rodney King verdict, even with the OJ verdict,
Yep. You
and
gotta.
same with the George Zimmerman verdict as well.
Yep. During the OJ verdict, I remember exactly where I was when uh, the verdict was read because over here in Florida and South St. Pete, especially, riots broke out. I was on
Oh,
my,
really?
yeah. When the cops were acquitted, shit got uh, really bad down here where I'm at. You know, people were rioting out in the streets, and I remember I was just coming back from. I was deep in South St. Pete, coming back from like a karate class or something like that. When that was going on, I was like, "Oh boy, here we go."
Uh oh. Well, I mean,
But
hey, in case they step to you, you had your karate ready.
no, but you know what I'm saying is at the end of the day, you know, yes, was justice served? Yes, but um, it's- you know, justice should have been served a long, long time ago. For us to even have to hold our breath for him to be uh, convicted lets us know what kind of society we're in. And that's the
Definitely.
realization. I mean, the deck was stacked against him, and at least me, I still thought there was a good chance he was going to get acquitted.
Or me, well, me, I thought he was going to get found guilty on lesser charges.
But that's where we're at in this point of society, and at least, you know, I could say, at least in my opinion, the society, you know, the people who represented us in the court, they voted correctly.
Definitely, definitely. Shout out to those jurors for looking at the evidence.
It takes some cojones.
Yeah, because also, I mean, those jurors, well, whoever
Bro,
those jurors are, they
talking
definitely really can't, be out there like that now, like doing press or whatnot, because they're gonna be well, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be targets.
talking media.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's up, LT?
This happened. Another one today. Uh, It says Ohio police shoot 15-year-old black girl 4 times in the chest after she called them for help, and the cop said blue lives matter after she died.
Wow.
It happened in Ohio.
Yeah, during a protest. I'm looking at it now. It happened in Columbus.
Columbus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I just Googled it. See? They starting already. You definitely
yeah,
gonna
they
have some PO. You definitely gonna have some PO vindictive cops out here about this verdict.
yeah these motherfuckers finna go crazy.
Oh, most definitely.
well, they have been going crazy. You know, I mean, you know, for people to even think that he was going to get off, which I got to be honest, I thought he was going to get off, and we'll see what happens.
You're not the only one. A lot of people thought he was gonna get up. I had that in the back of my mind that he could be acquitted.
Same thing.
You know, yeah, exactly. And for us at this day and age, with all the video evidence, you know, that we saw, and for us to still be naysayers, um, you know, or thinking that that's a possibility, shows us how corrupt or you know the society is. You know, the systemic racism that goes on every day, and most of us, you know, I mean, we might feel it, but we don't see it because it's just there. It's constantly there.
Definitely. And that's the sad part.
Well, that's the whole system. That's what it's built on. You know what? I'm going to divide you, you, and you. I'm going to divide everyone. You know, everyone's less powerful. You have less power when you know everyone is singled out because you know we're going to pick on. You know, they're banking on the old school mentality. Is that if we start uh, not valuing a certain segment of society, that and the more people that stand up for them, and we start devaluing them, pretty soon, you know, everyone's just going along to get along, and that's what they've been trying to do.
Pretty much divide and conquer.
You know, I mean, it was. I felt relieved, you know, and especially going back and looking at all these protests, just the multicultural, multinational people that were out there protesting for justice. You know,
Right.
I mean, the whole world was watching, to be completely honest. And if we would have got this wrong, and when I say we, I mean collectively, you know, if we would have got this wrong, we would have, to be completely honest, I wouldn't have been surprised. But that's where I thought we were going, to be completely honest. I thought there was going to be riots and everything going down.
Oh, it would have. It would if he would have gotten off, it would have been shoot, it'd have been riots all over the country. It would have been what 3 times worse than it was last year when people, did uprisings all over the country. Definitely would have been worse. And also, George Floyd's, death just didn't spark outrage in America. It was outrage all over the world. Like mentioned OG. You had a lot of people outraged all over the world. And also, and if he would have been acquitted, then America definitely would have took a hit all over the world.
It's just like you said, talking to me, it would have been like 92 all over again.
Pretty much. But I think it would have been 92, but worse. In 92, they basically limited to certain areas in LA. In my opinion, if uprising would have happened behind, a not guilty verdict, they wouldn't just been hitting the hoods. They would have been all over. Because matter of fact, even the riots last year, they just didn't tear up the hood. They were also heading into suburban nice areas as well. Because nobody had ever heard of a riot hitting Santa Monica. Or, uprises in what? Magnificent Mile or the nicer areas of Atlanta. I don't know the real nice areas of Atlanta. Anybody in Atlanta watching this live stream, please let me know. Because I've never been to ATL. Now, OG, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Last year, how bad did it get in Florida as far as the riots?
Well, I mean, you've had. Are you referring to the OJ verdict?
No, well,
I mean,
no, no, when George Floyd first, the killing first happened.
I mean, it's always been here, especially Florida. Well, y- I know Florida intimately. I've been here, a majority of my life, and where we're at right now, man. I've experienced so much racism in Florida that it just depends what part of where you're at. You know, I mean, I'm in a beach community. Uh, been here a while. Um, but you got a lot of well-to-do and a lot of people who think they're better than others, and they're quick to form an opinion on someone just based on the appearance, on your appearance, or what you drive, what you wear. And to be completely honest, just I was ready for it to be over, but I was not. I was completely shocked and surprised, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more of the same, but pleasantly surprised.
Right.
I hope for the jurors, safety. Um, if they do release books or anything of that nature, I hope, I just hope for their safety because you're going to have a lot of people going after them.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
Because you got to figure they're going to be on someone's list.
Most definitely. I definitely hope for that safety. I definitely hope for that safety too, because or if they ever do these interviews, they definitely gonna need some protection. Because you definitely gonna have some nuts out there trying to inflict harm on them.
It's a good feeling that justice has been served, but um, it shouldn't be a surprised feeling. It is my train of thought. How I'm feeling is that
Definitely.
what this is wonderful. This is progress, at least as I see it. Um, but God dang it, why am I so shocked? I mean, this should be clear as day.
Be,
And I'm still shocked that they
be,
convicted him.
because in this history of this country, for the most part, cops never get convicted of, rarely get convicted of killing civilians, especially unarmed civilians, especially, you know, black civilians, brown as well. And also, you have a certain segment of this country that's so pro police, they think cops never do anything wrong. If the person gets harmed or killed, they brought it on themselves. It was
They
their
had it
fault.
coming.
Excuse me.
They had it coming.
They had it coming. Oh yeah, that's definitely their go-to. They had it coming. Also, a lot of people just have this hero worship when it comes to cops. Well, certain people, excuse me, have a certain hero worship when it comes to cops. They never do wrong. How dare you question them? They're heroes. They have a tough job, even though being a cop is not in the top 10 most dangerous professions. you know, they shoot basically a window washer is more dangerous than being a cop.
Yeah, I wouldn't be squeegeeing no sky rises.
These you couldn't pay me enough to climb up on a riser to wash windows. No. But I mean, it's not. I mean, not to say they don't be in dangerous situations, but they have the advantage because they have the gun, the badge, the law, and also you can choose where you want to go. You don't have to be in the city and be in these inner cities policing. If you feel like you're not comfortable being in the city or in inner cities, there's a lot of suburban and rural police stations you can go to. But unfortunately, they don't choose to do that. And also, another
Well,
reason why I think a lot of us are shocked with this verdict is because, you know, most of the
you go ahead.
time, let's keep it real. The prosecutors and DAs use the grand juries as cover because they don't really want to charge these cops. But they say, well, we went to the grand jury and, they say it wasn't enough to indict, but they don't tell everything. Look at prime example with Daniel Cameron in Kentucky. He tried that same old trick, but the grand jurors came out and said, he lied to us. He didn't present a full case to us. Now, what are you gonna say, OG? I'm sorry.
No, I lost my train of thought. It's okay. It's that's what happens when you get old. I've been under the weather too, but
Oh man.
That's all right.
But I mean, you're more than welcome to respond.
I think I think shit's gonna get worse before it gets better. To be completely honest, um, it's a step in the right direction, long overdue. Um, but now I expect, just like it's just like looking at history. Things might settle down for a little bit, and uh, they're gonna the policing um, will not be as harsh. They might take it down a couple of ticks right now in this climate, but it's not going to fundamentally change anything.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. That's the very unfortunate part. And
It's the
also,
system.
oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
definitely, it's the system. I agree with you.
Yep.
What else you had to
Yep.
add?
Well, no, I was gonna. Besides that, I was gonna say it's doing what it's designed to do. Policing in this country is uh, the whole police system came out during the slave trade. It was to
Right?
catch the. It was designed to catch the slaves that escaped. That's how policing came about in the United States.
Definitely. Yep, the
So,
slave patrol.
yep, exactly. And
Most
that's why we are the way we where we are. Is that so much stuff is being thrown at us, and it depends uh, what avenue you go to get your news. Um, but so much stuff is being thrown at us that it's designed to divert our attention and distract us from what's really going on, and to actually try to pay attention. That's why you got Fox News and a bunch of other um, right-wing media outlets that are so influential. Certain people want to believe what they want to believe, and they're going to go anywhere to get that kind of information and feedback.
most definitely.
You know, the real enemy is these corporations.
Good point. And a lot of these corporations on these networks now.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
another big issue.
I agree 100%. Um, what was that? Is that LT?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
LT, what's up?
What's
I agree. Especially growing up, in the South as a kid, walking into a store and walking out. Like if I walked into a store and decided not to purchase something and walked out, all the eyes that would be on me. you know,
Oh
uh,
wow.
especially growing up in the South, and we like, what did he steal? And I'm just saying, it's prevalent all through society, especially in the South.
Up here in the Midwest too. Unfortunately.
I mean, it's a victory, and yes, uh, I feel proud that the jury um, voted the right way. A lot of courage, because there's a huge segment of a society that you know uh, they're going to be bullseyes for to come after. So I do hope for their safety.
Yep. Them and the prosecution too. Because they definitely are mad at the prosecution.
Yeah, well, you had those idiots who went up, I think, to Michigan, right, and wanted to kidnap the governor of
Yep.
Michigan, or You know, just imagine if they were that fired up to go get a public official, the possibilities to get, you know, a independent citizen, you know, without the protection and everything else. They're going to be targets.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. And also, like I said, you know, and another thing I just thought about the police union, they're definitely ticked off at this prosecution for, for even presenting this case, for even, bringing this case to trial.
Well, yeah, we're the police. We have the authority. You know, you do as we say. You know, that's how they used to move it. You know,
Definitely. It's like, how dare you prosecute one of our own? And let's keep it real. Police union, let's keep it real. They're just, to me, they're just a legal version of a mob.
thank you.
I mean, come on. They gave a lot of money to Trump's campaign. Definitely can't tell me they didn't give money to Biden. Also, they pay a lot of these pay a lot of these judges and politicians off with donations, big donations. So definitely the jurors, the prosecution definitely have to watch themselves, watch their back. In my opinion, if I were the prosecutor, I definitely would give me a bodyguard.
And not only that, I think just anyone moving in society, people of color, black people, minorities, just keep your eye open. Just keep your side eye open, and you know what I'm saying? Pay attention, because uh, this has angered a certain faction of this country, and I wouldn't be surprised, for retribution.
Oh, definitely. I definitely was saying that earlier. You're gonna have a lot of neo Nazis, white supremacists, Proud Boys. They're very pissed about this verdict.
Yeah,
They
this is going to be
cannot.
bulletin board material for them. You know what? This is as pissed off as they are of this verdict. They're going to use this as a recruiting tool.
Definitely.
You
Oh,
know,
definitely.
we could even imagine right now. You know, you see how this world is turning out with all of these minorities and whatnot. Pretty soon they're going to take all of our power, and they're going to be telling us what to do. You know, they're going to just stoke the fear. You know, and unfortunately, even though I do live in the beach community, I do live in the South. So, I mean, you could go a block over and hear certain language. You know, I mean, I'm surrounded.
Oh yeah, you definitely surrounded by them.
So I'm just saying for everyone, you know, just be careful. You know, just be careful. Keep your eyes open. Be, uh,
Keep your head on the
just
swivel.
diligent in your surroundings. Yep.
Definitely. Always look around you. But I mean, well, if they're really serious, now people always talk about police reform. Well, if you're really serious about it, then then these good cops, quote unquote, definitely gotta start getting rid of these bad cops. because people say we're anti-police. No, me, you, LT. They yell, well, especially the Blue Lives Matter crowd. They'll yell in a minute, we're anti-police. No, I've told people on social media, that Blue Lives Matter people. I said, no, we're anti-bad police.
Well, yeah, because like most of these police are the KKK and neo Nazis.
Definitely. Yeah, they old FBI report from '06 how said that, you know, a lot of them were infiltrating police departments across this country. But a lot of people dismissed it. And in fact, people still dismiss it even now.
The information is out there, but you don't hear anyone on mainstream media or as old as I am, I did not know that. It's not something that I learned in school that I remembered. It was from research doing here recently after the George Floyd murder. You know, that's how. And I'm an old dude, and for me to learn about that here within the last few years, readily out there. It gets history gets rewritten all the time. The winner gets the spoils, as they say.
Right. And that's the sad part. Like Malcolm X said, the media will have you hating the oppressed and loving the oppressor.
Yep.
And that's very true because in some instances during the trial, it seemed like George Floyd was put more on trial than Chauvin was.
Every time the defense spoke.
Right. Now, what were you saying, LT?
Do you remember when excuse me? Do you remember when Malcolm X said that what was that quote he said? He said that the Democrats will use black people like as scapegoats.
Yeah, but I think both parties have used black people as scapegoats. LT, where'd you go? Oh,
You know what? I agree with you, talking media. I think both parties, uh, but you got one that's overtly racist and the other one that's kind of like passive racist.
yeah, covert.
Yeah, so here we are. We have to choose between the lesser of the two evils, and that's the problem with the two-party system. Is that the other party just has to be slightly better than the other.
Very true. That's very true.
Hey, all I got to do is just not suck as much as this other party over here, and I got a 50-50 chance of being in power.
And that's a very sad part. That's truly sad. Because both sides definitely have done their part of messing up. Well, just messing it up all around. Definitely. But yeah, of course, like back to what you were saying, OG, of course, is not gonna be in a lot on mainstream media because guess what? That would blow their whole narrative that the police are heroes, that they never do anything wrong. They have the tough job. But here's the thing. Now, I seen people who were not our color who've done worse to cops. Like it was this one dude a couple of years ago. I forget where. This dude beat down two cops, stole their squad car, and when they caught up to him, they still treated him nice. They didn't beat him, they didn't shoot him. They just act like none of that happened. But now recently with the army lieutenant in Virginia, man literally has his hands out the window.
Boy.
This man gets maced by the cops while in his uniform.
Yeah, I saw that video.
I'm
Very,
like, wait a
very
minute.
disturbing.
I'm like, but these are the same people who will say I love the military and definitely was dogging Colin Kaepernick and as well as the other NFL players for taking a knee about these issues.
Well, everything is toward a certain narrative. At least this is what I think. You know, um, we all got different numbers according to um, uh, the white supremacists. You know, like black people or colored people or Hispanic people or any other ethnic kind of person in the police department or military. They're okay because they have an opportunity to try to sway them because it is a big group. It is I wanted to say sorority, but definitely wrong term. But it's a club. But yeah, maybe sorority because they're a bunch of p words without me.
uh, 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 Miss Shalane, you said this is the society we live in. Unfortunately, it is. That's the very unfortunate part. This is the society we live in. But yeah, you know,
You know, and I just wanted to piggyback off of that 1 second, talking media. The society we live in. For us to, we should have, in all honesty, with the evidence that has been displayed, we should not. I should not have been shocked that this guy was convicted, but I genuinely was because to me that's not the norm. And
like I
the sad thing is, it's funny the shit that we get used to. It's like people who are in abusive relationships. They get abused so much that pretty soon they get used to getting abused. And that's what's been going on in this country for the longest time is that what our oppressors have been oppressing us right there in broad daylight for the whole world to see, and we're supposed to take it. And to a certain segment of society, depending on where you get your news, they still think we should take it.
most definitely. Like I said, you're not alone in your thought process about this verdict. A lot of us definitely felt that it was a chance that he could get acquitted, despite the fact all the evidence that was presented. And this was an open and shut case, but you just never knew how the jurors were gonna vote. Plus, you definitely have the Blue Lives Matter crowd out here.
Talking media, when the last time you vote?
I'm sorry, LT.
When the last time you vote for a president?
You want me to be honest?
Sure.
Jimmy Carter.
On this last, what'd you say, OG?
I said Jimmy Carter.
He was probably a baby
I'm
back
just
then.
playing, man.
I'm 38. I was just shoot when I was born. Carter was just about was close to getting out of office. No, wait a minute. No, I was born in the Reagan era. Excuse me. I just turned 38. I was born in the Reagan era. Unfortunately. Luckily, I wasn't young enough to remember a lot of it. But I did vote in this last election.
Oh yeah, I remember that because I remember when Kenny had got mad on his old channel his old channel he did.
No, I wouldn't say Kenny was mad. I say it was more he
was
more than not disagreed.
Yeah,
But as
now
far as vote,
you
however people choose to vote, or if you choose not to vote, I respect that.
yeah, we don't have to agree with everything.
But for the people who do vote, just make sure you voting for the people you feel that has your best interest, and also pay attention with these local elections because they definitely matter.
Definitely.
Because that
well,
decides these judges. Oh, go ahead, LT. I mean, not LT, OG. I'm sorry.
no, and I just wanted to echo that what you just said. It all starts at the local level, guys. If you want change in the country, you got to start in your own backyard. I've been saying that for
Definitely,
years too.
definitely. Your councilman or alderman, depending on where you live, judges, prosecutors, they definitely all matter because we keep on wondering why do a lot of these cops. That's another reason why these cops keep on getting off or not. Either getting lesser charges or not getting charged at all because of the prosecutors you put in there. And a lot of them are definitely bought off by the police unions.
Yep.
And the
If you
ones who
want the
do want
police
to come
unions
back,
votes,
what'd you
you,
say, OG?
well, it's a game. We all know it. If you want the police unions votes, you got to be easy on the police, and you got to have policies that favor them. And that's part of the machine. It's doing what it's been designed to do. Unfortunately, and we
Yeah,
see it and we see it. But the more of us who go out and get educated and actually vote in your local elections, we can actually make some fucking real change.
and also the prosecutors that do try to combat this police corruption, they're the ones who get all the help from these police unions as well as these lieutenants, chiefs, union heads. Because you know I forget the prosecutor's name in this trial, but he's definitely gonna catch some hell from the police unions as well as the police behind this. He is definitely gonna catch hell. Yep, yep, yep. So what are your thoughts, LT?
On the local governments.
Or just anything in general?
I mean,
But yeah, definitely local governments.
I mean, yeah, because like we need like we really need to start focusing on the president.
we see the same thing going on all the time. It's one distraction after another to keep us from getting any kind of real change or any kind of real progress.
In some way, definitely in some ways, it's true. But also now with the internet and social media, now people have more better opportunity to mobilize now than back then, especially say in the for example, the civil rights era. But the problem is people don't choose to.
Well, with the shit that's going on over here in Florida with DeSantis wanting to sign, or I think he did already sign that legislation to try to ban protesting. You
Really?
know, yeah. You guys haven't heard about that?
He wanted to ban protesting, like period, or just like say, like around government
I,
buildings. He want
Oh, he's talking about the
well,
Florida governor.
yeah, exactly. Could you piggyback off of that real quick, LT? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, right?
right. What he's talking about on talking media, he's like saying that the governor of Florida don't want he's banned protests, and if there's any protest, he's going to send National Guards. Am I right,
oh
OG?
wow.
Yep, exactly. And no bail, and shit like that. That's another part of it too. That you can't receive any bail, so you're gonna have to
Oh
stay until your
man.
court date.
And what is up with the state? What's up with the state senate down there in Florida? That's unconstitutional.
I told you, man. Florida is like the wild, wild west over here. It really is.
That is definitely right. That is definitely a class action lawsuit. Because you violating you definitely violating the Constitution. Man, how long has he been the governor down there, OG?
Shit. I know one term, right? One term. I don't know. To be completely honest, one term. I think he
Yeah,
got
because he
reelected.
replaced the bald head dude.
Yeah, he was another criminal, another
Yeah,
crook.
I remember him. I just forget his name.
Rick Scott.
Rick Scott, thank you. Yeah, I heard he was definitely was on some crazy stuff too down there in Florida when he was governor.
Yeah, I forget exactly the story, but I'll have to research it and let you know. But I mean, his family, just like even Marco Rubio, very shady family and very shady background.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. He wants to get protesting banned. What was this? Was this his idea? Or was it the Florida, state house?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I think he proposed it, to be completely honest. But I
Okay,
can't say that with certain. I can't say that with certain.
yeah, some of
I don't want
these
to put my name. I don't want to put my name on something if I don't know 100%. I don't want to say those are facts.
understandable. Just like the governor down in Georgia just passed that
Oh yeah,
shady
Abbott.
voter ID law.
Yep, of course
Like, come
they're
on, you
coming
gotta
out.
have a huh?
it's like I'm going to give an analogy. It's like the voting system is like going to the carnival, you know, and trying to win one of those prizes because everything is rigged.
Well, at
You
least
know,
at the
it's rigged in their favor.
well, LT, at least at the I mean OG, I'm sorry. Well, OG, at least at the carnival, I can get some good funnel cakes. I can't get no funnel cakes in the at the polls.
Hey man, they ain't no eating like when you go to the carnival, you better go on an empty stomach or to the fair or something like that because they got some good
Yeah.
eats.
Oh
Nothing
yeah.
healthy for you, but good eats.
Like I said, I love funnel. I love the funnel cakes. I would tear up some funnel cakes.
You like funnel cake?
Yeah.
Hey, talking to me. I was at the store last week, right? And I seen some Oreos, and it was Have you ever tried this flavor? It's called frosted strawberry donut.
No, I haven't tried it. I've heard about. I heard about. Matter of fact, I think they sold some at the store at my grocery store.
Yeah, I was at Walmart. I had got the last one. Excuse me.
You say you got the last one.
Yep.
There must have been some high folks in Houston that day. They headed straight to Walmart and just got all the strawberry donut frosted Oreos.
Yep.
But that's pretty interesting. Strawberry donut frosted Oreos.
That's going to sound good here in a few minutes after I finish this bowl.
Talking media.
Yeah.
You ever tried the cotton candy Oreos?
The what?
The cotton candy Oreos.
Never.
Yeah, same. I ain't never tried them.
I never tried the cotton candy Oreos. I should have.
What about the Reese's?
Nope. I definitely got to head out to Walmart in the near future.
What happened? You were breaking up.
I said I definitely got to head out to my local Walmart in the near future for some of these Oreos. Most definitely.
You know, every time when the new flavors come out, they be sold out.
Oh, of course. Because a lot of times they only put them out for a limited time.
Right.
Or it's just, or you know, since it's new, everybody wants to try it. Yep, most definitely. Yep. But
What's the
also,
reaction? And
now what you saying, OG?
I was just going to ask you gentlemen what the reaction has been locally in your neck of the woods to the verdict.
Some people,
If you heard any.
some people here up here, some are happy, some are surprised. Well, some are surprised that he, got convicted of all 3 counts. What about you, LT?
Same thing. Surprise.
I know, and OG, I know some of your neighbors are definitely definitely are just cussing everybody out, destroyed their TVs.
Slapping their wives around.
Yeah,
Not that that's a good thing or a funny situation. I'm just saying that if you're gonna have a, never mind.
yeah, but I like I said, OG, I definitely would pay money to hear just to see your neighbors' reactions or just to
Oh,
hear them.
I
yep.
think I think I don't know because to me in my opinion I think Kenny probably not surprised about this. That's why that's why he hasn't been doing laws that much.
Because what?
Hold on, say that again. My fault.
You know what I'm saying? Because what?
Oh, because like he's just not surprised that he's just not surprised about these race soldiers no more.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely had that same mindset too.
I mean, he did a live yesterday, but I didn't I wasn't able to join because I was busy.
Yeah, I wanted to join, but I was still at work at the time. By the time I got off, it was over. But in my opinion, we really if people want to see changes, these departments are definitely gonna have to start holding these bad cops accountable.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
And
catch
also
twenty
these
two.
good
Yep.
now what you saying, OG?
I said that's the catch 22 right there. Is because you have uh, first of all, we already touched base on it, the systemic racism that runs through it. Then there's
Right,
all power and politics, and uh, let's face it, the climate in the world today. Not this isn't just limited here to the United States. It's hyperbolic. You know, you have a certain segment still trying to retain power, as opposed to gracefully share the power, and
right.
there is the problem, is that they do not they've been in control the whole time. They'd rather burn the whole system down than relinquish power, in my opinion.
That's a good point. That's definitely a good point. But also, those people who had that mindset who say they love the police, blue lives matter, they don't know they're leaving the good. Well, you know, they're leaving more people at risk with that kind of mindset.
Everything, at least that I could remember, and from the history books, everything has been about race in this country from day one. you know
Definitely.
um, and it's just been perpetuated now for the better part of hundreds of years. And you have a certain it's almost like a king, if you want to go back to that, but you're putting like a whole class of people as being the king, and they'd rather burn down the castle than relinquish uh, the kingdom. They don't want to share power. You see one party Democrats, which it's quite diverse compared to the Republican Party.
Very true. That is definitely true. What's your thoughts, LT? LT
LT
muted.
Eaton.
LT muted his mic. Oh yeah, of course. Jason Woodlock, aka Grimace Lock, he had to give his thoughts on the verdict. This is what he had to put on Twitter. Let me pop up this screen. This is what Grimace Lock had to say on Twitter. Speed of the decision means guilty on all three charges, in my opinion. Jurors have no real options. They weren't going to throw away their own lives. Hashtag show trial. Well, I'm not surprised at Grimace Lock.
Yeah, that. That pretty much sounds like Whitlock.
That'd be something he would say.
Oh, I forgot who was the one who said this, but if someone reveals who they are, believe them the first time.
Definitely.
You know, we already knew who he was. I mean, none of us should be surprised or shocked. But it's good to know your enemy. That's what I said about my neighbors. You know, I'd rather know than not know.
Very true. And Whitlock should definitely be the last one to talk because you know he just got played a few months ago by Clay Travis on Outkick and ended up being kicked out. So in the famous words of Ice-T, you played yourself, Whitlock. He thought Clay Travis was gonna side with him over this other white dude. Nah. And Jason Whitlock put money into that platform.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Definitely. Very definitely. I had meant to do a video on it, but I got busy. No, I'm kind of curious to see what some people on Twitter are saying about the athletes responding.
Well, gentlemen, it's time for me to go.
All
It was a
right,
pleasure being on here
OG.
with you two guys. I'll catch you
Thank
guys
you,
another
OG.
time. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, OG.
All right. Yep, definitely about to wrap this up. Got any final thoughts before we get out of here, LT?
No, I'm good. About to give me some little deep fries.
All right, definitely. I definitely ain't mad at you. Thanks for joining me, LT.
Yep, you too.
All right, you have a good one.
All right. Catch you in the next one.
All right, thank you. Thanks again.
Yep.
All right, definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in on this special live stream, whether you watched on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, Periscope. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks again, once again, to OG and LT for joining me here on this special edition. Now, today's verdict was definitely a step in the right direction, but there's a lot more work that needs to be done. Collectively. Now, vote. I mean, every certain group of people, y'all definitely have y'all issues with voting. Some of you don't vote. I respect that. Some of you may just vote locally. I respect that as well. But like OG said, the voting definitely, fixing your community definitely starts at the local level. So definitely take the local election seriously. Very seriously, excuse me, if you're going to vote. If you're not going to vote, hey, I respect your decision. That's your right. But for those who are, definitely take that into consideration. With these councilmen / aldermen, especially these prosecutors and judges, they're the main ones who are deciding, and attorney generals as well. They're deciding, these cases on which cops get convicted of being corrupt and which ones are not. So definitely take that seriously if you're going to vote. Also, we definitely got to keep our heads on a swivel out here. We got to keep our eyes open, watch our backs. And I hope, definitely you make it, all you make it home safely every day to your families. Also, we definitely got to fight these dirty cops to make, so we could definitely start, having better relationships in these communities. So definitely got to get rid of the dirty cops, because they're the ones who definitely fractured and damaged the relationships with a lot of our communities across this country. So if we don't get rid of them, then our communities are still going to be fractured for years to come. And sad to say, and I don't like to say this, we either going to have another George Floyd or another hashtag. But anyways, y'all, that does it for this live stream. Once again, I thank all of y'all for joining me. Whether you joined me here on YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitch, I thank all of you. I feel blessed and honored that y'all took your time out of your evening to come join me for a few minutes. Greatly appreciate it. I'll be back live Saturday night with a all new NBA live stream, so tune into that. But once again, I thank all of y'all for coming to join me for this special live stream. This is something I felt like I had to do. I felt like I had to get this off my chest. And I enjoyed all of you for coming into the chat with me. Definitely enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed all your comments. And also, for those of you who will watch on the replay, make sure you like this video. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe box, click that notification bell, and click all so you don't miss any new videos or upcoming live streams from me. So until Saturday, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe. I'm out.